Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of luxury and excess with a twist of disaster. Buckle up as we explore the stories of rich kids who wrecked their $5 million cars. We're talking insane crashes, unbelievable insurance payouts, and the kind of car carnage that'll make you want to buckle up extra tight. You won't believe the stories we're about to uncover. From Lamborghinis to Bugattis, these cars are the stuff of dreams and nightmares. Let's get into it. Buckle up, folks. This next story is a wild ride. Imagine a young millionaire barely old enough to vote getting his hands on a Lamborghini Aventador. This beast rockets from 0 to 60 faster than you can blink. He's tearing up the Pacific Coast Highway, living the ultimate dream, or so he thinks. Suddenly, this dream ride turns into a nightmare in the blink of an eye. He loses control, maybe showing off for his buddies. The car spins wildly, veering off the road. It flips, not once, not twice, but 3 times before coming to a dusty halt. A brutal wake-up call. Even the priciest cars can't save you from reckless driving. Next up on our luxury car crash course, we're talking about a Bugatti Chiron. This isn't just any car, it's a masterpiece of engineering, a symphony of speed and style, with a price tag that could make your eyes water. We're talking multiple millions of dollars, folks. This particular Chiron belonged to a trust fund kid who seemed to think that money could buy him not only a supercar, but also the skills to handle it. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. He takes his brand new Bugatti out for a spin, eager to test its limits on a private track. Now, you'd think that someone with that much money would at least hire a professional driver to show him the ropes, right? Nope, not this guy. He's got an ego bigger than his trust fund and a need for speed that's about to cost him dearly. He floors it, the engine roaring like a caged beast, and for a few glorious seconds he's flying. But then, disaster strikes. He enters a corner too fast, overestimates his abilities, and loses control of the multi-million-dollar machine. The Chiron, a symbol of wealth and speed just moments ago, becomes a mangled mess of metal and carbon fiber. The sound of the crash is deafening. The silence that follows even more so. The insurance payout? Let's just say it was enough to buy a small island, but not enough to buy back his pride. It's a stark reminder that even the most expensive cars can't outrun the laws of physics, and that sometimes the biggest price you pay isn't measured in dollars, but in regret. Chapter 3. The Ferrari Fiasco. Now let's talk about a Ferrari LaFerrari, a car so exclusive, so rare, that even owning one puts you in a league of your own. This is a hybrid hypercar that's as beautiful as it is powerful, a masterpiece of Italian engineering that can make grown adults weep with envy. But for one wealthy teenager, this dream car became a nightmare on 4 wheels. Imagine this. You're young, you're rich, and you've just been handed the keys to your very own LaFerrari. What's the first thing you do? If you answered, take it for a joyride, you'd be right. But this wasn't just any joyride. This was a recipe for disaster. Picture a winding mountain road, the kind that snakes its way through breathtaking scenery and hairpin turns. Our young and reckless driver, high on adrenaline and a false sense of invincibility, pushes the LaFerrari to its limits. He's weaving in and out of traffic, ignoring the speed limit, and basically treating the road like his own personal racetrack. But as we all know, gravity and physics don't care how much money you have. One wrong move, one miscalculation, and the LaFerrari is careening off the road, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. The car is totaled, the repairs costing more than most people make in a lifetime. And the insurance? Well, let's just say they weren't too happy about the whole situation. Chapter 4. The McLaren Meltdown. Let's move on to a story that'll make you want to buckle up extra tight. This time, we're talking about a McLaren P1, a hybrid supercar that's as rare as it is expensive. We're talking about a car that can go from 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, a car that's basically a street-legal rocket ship. This particular P1 belonged to a young entrepreneur who, despite having made his fortune in the tech world, seemed to have forgotten that real life doesn't have a reset button. He decides to take his P1 for a spin on a closed track day, a chance to really push the car to its limits in a safe and controlled environment. At least that was the plan, but somewhere between the starting line and the finish line, something goes terribly wrong. Maybe he got cocky, maybe he overestimated his abilities, or maybe the car just had a mind of its own that day. Whatever the reason, the McLaren P1, a marvel of engineering and speed, ends up wrapped around a barrier, a mangled mess of carbon fiber and shattered dreams. Now you might be thinking, okay, it's a track day. Accidents happen, right? And you'd be right, accidents do happen. But when you're talking about a car that costs well over $1 million, even a minor fender bender can cost you a small fortune. The financial impact of this crash was staggering, even for someone used to dealing with large sums of money. The insurance payout was substantial, sure, but it couldn't replace the feeling of regret, The knowledge that he'd pushed too far, risked too much, and paid the price. Chapter 5. The Koenigsegg Catastrophe. Last but not least, we have a story that's as heartbreaking as it is expensive. This time, we're talking about a Koenigsegg Agera RS, a Swedish hypercar that's as exclusive as it gets. We're talking about a car that's hand-built, with a price tag that could make your head spin. This particular Agera RS belonged to a young heir, someone who'd inherited his wealth and sadly, seemed to have inherited a sense of invincibility along with it. He took his Agera RS out for a drive one night, eager to impress his friends and show off his latest toy. They were cruising along a winding coastal road, the engine roaring, the wind whipping through their hair. It should have been a scene straight out of a music video, but it quickly turned into a horror movie. Maybe he was distracted, maybe he was going too fast, or maybe he just wasn't paying attention. Whatever the reason, the Agera RS, a car that was once the pinnacle of automotive achievement, ended up a crumpled heap of metal and carbon fiber. The crash was horrific, the impact deafening. The emotional aftermath was even worse. The guilt, the regret, the realization that he'd not only destroyed a priceless piece of machinery, but had also put himself and others at risk. That's something that stays with you long after the insurance checks have cleared. And there you have it, folks. These are just a few examples of how even the wealthiest can face the consequences of reckless driving. It's a stark reminder that money can't buy you skill, and it certainly can't buy you a second chance. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments which crash shocked you the most. Until next time, drive safe.